then I'll stop doing this. But okay, I'm not going to tell anybody who Iago and who Igor are. I've given accurate clues, and yes, some people have guessed right, others have not. But I am going to dispel one rumor, one theory, just because it's it's like, guys, are you not listening to my clues? Ron Toye is neither Igor nor Iago. I've seen his name come up about a half dozen times or more in each discussion. Remember I said that Iago was someone who keeps his hands clean, who doesn't dirty his hands, and who has serious influence in the industry. Mr. Toye doesn't have either of those things, and he's the polar opposite of that, because he openly tweeted 400 some odd times defamatory tweets. So he is neither of those parties. I'll just leave it at that.
Can I pose a question to you, and you can feel free to stay absolutely stone-faced if you want.
Okay, hold on. Let me get the beard and the mustache powered up. Okay.
Yeah, okay. Or you can choose to whatever you want to say to this. Whatever you want to say. I don't think this has been said on stream. I had a little bird, I like to say, whisper in my ear something about Mr. Toye. And that's something, and I can confirm this from three sources, that Mr. Toye may have attempted to influence Kameha Con's decisions about Vic Mignogna using a sponsorship from his company. I don't know if you wanted to let me know if that information conflicts with anything you have received or not.
I have no information that conflicts with that statement.
Well, that would be very interesting. Let's say hypothetically, in hypothetical, there was a person who was not involved in the anime industry, was not a spouse of anyone in the anime industry or anything like that. Now, let's say they offered to do a sponsorship to a hypothetical convention from their hypothetical company. And then upon hearing that said hypothetical convention was under contract with someone else, threatened to pull the sponsorship unless the hypothetical convention were to breach. Now, to me, someone who's holding themselves out as a agent with the authority to offer said sponsorship would be acting, and any reasonable person would look at that with the apparent authority that the agent would have. That person would be putting that company at liability for tortious interference and civil conspiracy. Is that correct? Is that an accurate legal assessment?
Oh, sure. Because as you and I have talked about before, Texas's definition of a vice principal is exceedingly broad. Basically, if a secretary reports to you, you're a vice principal. In Texas, you need to be very careful when you appear to be acting in behalf of your company. A vice principal is held to be an agent. The company, let me put it this way: the company's not going to get very far if this hypothetical vice principal threatened to pull its sponsorship. I think he probably has put his company on the hook. And if this person has business partners, I would imagine that they are delighted to hear this if they're watching this stream.
Oh, I would hate for hypothetical business partners to hear about hypothetical, highly unlawful, tortious acts. Man, that would be really bad, wouldn't it?
Well, yeah, in my rather, I want to apologize for getting carried away a couple nights ago, but it goes back to what I said then. You idiots are writing this stuff down. You're writing it down in mediums that cannot be eliminated. Oh, I know some of you think you can, but you can't. The problem is, let's say the hypothetical conspiracy that you just outlined. Okay, back when I was a child, when dinosaurs roamed the earth, what business people would have done is they would have said, "Hey, can I have a word with you privately?" And they'd have gone to the golf course, they'd gone to the bar, they'd gone somewhere discreet, and the person would have said, "Now look, if you're going to sign this guy, I'm not going to be able to support you. So you need to choose. He's a scum sucking predator, yada yada yada." But all been done verbally. There would have been no witnesses. There would have certainly been nobody there taking minutes. It would have just been a verbal conversation between two people that would not be provable. For that matter, the way it would have been done at higher levels of business is the boss would have said, say, to corporate counsel, "Pass this message on." And the boss would have said that verbally to the lawyer, and the lawyer would have gone. See, there would be no easily provable links in the chain. Okay, well, that's how human beings have done this kind of stuff for thousands of years, ever since we've had writing and legal systems and all that kind of stuff. Nowadays, this does seem to be something of a generational thing, although it's not entirely. Nowadays, people are treating these electronic communication systems as though they were identical to having a verbal conversation with someone.